he just gave me an extra 25 minutes to watch him, and 25 minutes of footage is not a good thing when you're fighting a guy that loves to watch footage. For myself, we saw weaknesses in him before that, and patterns before that, and like those same patterns came out in the Ian Gary fight. But also, you never want to look at somebody, or you had the mindset now where people are saying, "Oh, he sucks. He's not this. He's not that." For him, it's like you're still fighting somebody that you trained with before. That's always different. You're fighting somebody this guy's his height. Your first 5-round fight, you don't know what you're gonna do. So a lot of stuff goes into it on his end. So my end is just not overthinking the process. My end is just sticking to the strategy that we had before the fight. If we would implement it in that fight, we would have definitely done what we would have done. So now it's just getting back to what we do. If that was the fight that you're going to go out there and, they barely had a pace. It was they threw 60 strikes, 70 strikes, and you got tired in that fight. What do you think you're going to do when you fight a guy like me, who in my Leon Edwards fight, I had double the pace that both of them had? It's funny, right? Because that's exactly what it was. They never trained together, but he said, "I'll never fight Israel." He also said he'll never fight Habib. And I'm like, bro, you never trained with him before. But that's the thing. When Kamaru was champion, he wasn't looking for tests. He was a coward champion. He was the champion that, let me get the rematch with, Kobe, who sucks. Or let me get the rematch with Masvidal. And it's like, his reign was rematches. He never wanted to fight the next best guy. He never wanted to fight the guy on the hot streak. He avoided those guys, avoided those tough tests. He was like I said, the coward champion. He wasn't looking for the toughest tests. He wasn't that guy. So when he says, "Oh man, these guys, they train together," yeah, let's get rid of that notion. I'm like, bro, shut up. You've never been in a room with Adesanya or worked out with or sweated with Adesanya in your life, and you made it seem like you'll never fight him ever because he's your brother. But this guy's a podcaster now, right? That's what he is. He's not a fighter. And also, too, it's like, you're number 2 in the division. Do you not want to get your name back in the mix by fighting one of these tough guys? No, because like I said, he doesn't want to take these tough fights. He doesn't want to take these tough tests. He'll fight the Hamzat on 1 week notice because now he has that excuse built up. If he loses, like, oh, at least I took him on 1 week notice, and nobody else would do that. But it was a close fight, so I'm proud to be in a close loss. I hate guys like that are proud of close losses. Like, you lost, bro. You're on a 3-fight losing streak. You're on your way up. You're closer to the Tony Ferguson streak than you are closer to being back in the title mix. So, yeah, pretty soon you're gonna people that had you on that list of top welterweights. You're gonna be on that list full of forgotten welterweights if you just stay on the sidelines and just keep trying to, be this podcaster that you suck at. Everybody's looking for that notion just to hate on me, right? They're looking for that notion just to be like, because they don't want me to be this champion. They want to make it seem like I don't belong, right? But I went out there and I just dominated the guy that beat you twice, Usman. Leon, he knocked you out, put you out cold, and then dominated you. And I went out there and dominated him, and I made it look easy. So you acting like, I got lucky or I got this? Nah, bro. We're not on the same path. We're not on the same level. I'm going to surpass you as the welterweight GOAT. I'm going to be higher on that list than you ever were. And his ego's so big that he can't get over it. He keeps talking about himself like he's the king of the division, but he needs to realize that there's a new king. Yeah, your name's erased off the list. You're not at the top of the mountain no more. You're on your way down. Yeah, 100%. Like I said, after Shavkat, you're looking to see there's no clear next guy. So these guys need to fight each other. Jack is right there. So for Leon to want to get back in there, yeah, you got to beat a guy like Jack who's on a good streak. For Usman, it's like you just got called out by Buckley. You got called out by Ian. You got called out by all these guys, and then he's playing all these losers keep calling me out. Why you guys keep calling me out for? Don't worry about me when I'm healthy, blah, blah, blah. It's like, bro, you've been out over a year. Like, if your knees are gone, your knees are gone. Like, they're not going to get any better. You're not going to just randomly grow cartilage. Like, either defend your ranking or get out of the rankings, because there's hungry guys, hungry contenders that are right there. But I think he just wants to be a podcaster, right? He wants to be that guy that kind of like a McGregor, where he stays in the mix just by saying stupid stuff and hoping that it gets headlines. Like, they're not going to be the guys that fight. They're not going to be the guys that want the next hungry guys anymore. So he's just going to be tweeting dumb stuff and saying dumb stuff. But then you're going to get a reaction from me, and you're going to look even dumber because then you're going to go silent because I'm going to have to treat you on there.
Do you know, like, are you aware of who does sell pay-per-views in the welterweight division? in case maybe it was a tiebreaker. Maybe, you know, you had the option to choose merit versus money, or it was close. Do you know who the top guys are at welterweight?
I mean, at welterweight now, I would assume probably Usman, right? He's,
Mhm.
but I think a lot of those fights that he was in were, the build up of the Kobe fight or the Masvidal. Just you had the Masvidal aura, but I think I would say he would probably be the biggest name in the division uh, right now.
It was interesting that he said he thought you and Makhachev should fight, but it was quick to point out, because I'm not trying to be a know-it-all here, but I thought it. But it was quick to point out in the comments section anywhere on social media, he had a reluctance to face Izzy at the time, you know. But what were your thoughts on that? And you know, Habib even saying, it's not something I want to oversee.
Yeah, it's so funny, right? When you have a guy like him, right? He's on a 3-fight losing streak, and he's not. When these guys are calling him out, he's acting like he's putting himself on this pedestal, like he's still the champion, like they shouldn't be calling him out. But bro, you're just a podcaster now. You haven't fought in over a year, and if you're not gonna defend your ranking, then leave. Like quit. Like you're on a 3-fight losing streak. You start looking at retirement now, or you're gonna get on that Tony Ferguson losing streak, and people are gonna forget that you were ever champion. For me now, especially like with the way that he said it, I was like, bro, you've never trained with Adesanya in your life, and you made it seem like you guys would never fight. And he also said it with Habib. He said I would never fight Habib, and you never trained with him either. But we do know that Kamaru never wanted to fight the toughest guys. He never looked for the toughest tests. He was that champion that would like, all right, well, I beat Kobe already. Let me get that rematch with Kobe. I think he deserves it. Or I beat Masvidal. Let me fight Masvidal again. And made it seem like he was fighting the next toughest guys, but he never fought the guys on the streak. When I beat Luke, he was on a 7-fight winning streak, and Luke weighed in as a backup to them guys when they fought. He never gave him a shot. I was on a streak, and he acted like he didn't know who I was. So we seen it when he had his first tough title defense against Leon Edwards. He got knocked out, and then he lost again to him. He was never a guy that chased the toughest test. So it's funny that he's coming out now saying, "Oh yeah, these guys they act like they train together." No, they should be fighting each other. And it's like, bro, are you still the welterweight? Are you still trying to chase the title? Do you think you still have a chance? Like, why don't you throw your name in the mix?
What would it take for him to be able to fight you? Like, what do you think would be fair? How many fights? Who would he have to go through? That sort of thing.
Usman? I just
Uh
need
huh.
Usman to get a win. Like he sucks so bad right now. It's just embarrassing. Where I just feel bad for him. Like he goes out there, you have to fight obviously somebody on the streak. I think Buckley called him out. Buckley's been killing it at 170. He just made Kobe look like a rookie. I think he goes out there and he figures out a way to beat him. Like I know they were offered him JDM, but he turned it down because he's a coward. So I think now for him, it's now he's just waiting on the sidelines, trying to have that like Conor McGregor mentality of just like whenever a welterweight fight happens, just tweeting out, just so he gets attention or gets in the headlines because people are forgetting about him. But yeah, he has to fight somebody on a street and he has to beat them to even be considered get a shot at this title.